Cooperstown, New York, birthplace of baseball, where several hundred students are gathering to participate in New York State History Day and hoping not to strike out. Students in grades 6 through 12 will be entering documentaries, websites, exhibits, papers, and performances based on their own work on a historical topic of their choosing.
Kids start at the school level with their projects and can potentially move on to the local, regional, state, and eventually the national competition. Their entries are judged in teams of 3 consisting of historians, educators, and history enthusiasts. All of the projects will relate to an annual theme. This year's theme is Famous Dead People. All students are required to submit a title page, process paper, and an annotated bibliography. Remember that all work must be original. In each category, judges will interview the participants. Backstage reading the rulebooks are our 3 judges, Salman Powell, Lala Shabdul, and an unexpected history enthusiast, Meatloaf. Last year, Salman Powell forgot that the participants are only young children and shouldn't be yelled at. Judges should talk about the entries after viewing them away from the students. All rule infractions should be considered then and marked on the evaluation sheets. And please remember, fighting with your fellow judges is just not a good idea. Most of the students will not move on to the next level of the competition, and they will only take away the comments you give them. Remember, 60% of the total score given to the entry is based on the historical quality and clarity of the presentation, and the relationship to the theme is worth 20%.
All together now, let's read the judge's code. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise not to make children cry or ask where they live.
I promise not to make children cry or ask where they live.
I promise to treat them fairly and provide the best experience for all the participants.
I promise to treat them fairly and provide the best experience for all participants.
We'll be back after this commercial break. We're standing outside the Fenimore Art Museum waiting to talk to this year's participants. Students have 5 minutes to set up, 10 minutes to have the judges observe their entries, and 5 minutes to take down. Oh, and here's our first student now.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
How did it go?
Oh, it went really well. Did you see my panel? It's really nice. I put lots of text on it. Judges like when you have lots of text. And they like when you read it a lot. They do. They like it a lot. It was really nice. And we sat and we talked for a while and they did the interview. It was really, really nice. And I had a lot of fun. Oh, hey, hi. How are you doing? Did you see my nice outfit? It went with my panel, with my text. Do you like it? Do you like all the text? I can read it to you if you really want. Oh, hi, Mom.
There are some things you have to remember about exhibits.
Students are allowed to use 500 words in their exhibits, not including the primary source written materials they use, such as quotations. Students are not allowed to talk during the judges' observations, and can only interact with the judges during interviews. During the interview, the student can only answer questions and not interpret the exhibit. Also, students should not wear costumes unless they are in the performance category.
Let's take a look at one of the student website entries. Judges, please make sure your participants use only 50 megabytes for their website and no more than 1,200 words except for primary source material. Also, the multimedia should be less than 45 seconds long. Well, let's head over to the Fenimore Art Museum and see what kids are doing over there. Here he comes. Well, hello. Oh, don't worry, I speak mime. Ryan feels that his interpretation of the Gettysburg Address, sans words, was effective at conveying the seriousness of the event and its impact upon the American people. But, Ryan, weren't you supposed to create an original piece rather than just interpreting an already existing speech? Oh, well, okay. But weren't you supposed to do it audibly?
Here are some more helpful hints about judging the performance category.
Alright, well, for a little change of pace, we're going to view one of these student-made documentaries. supposed to be original work, and the photos and film must be credited. And they're supposed to be 10 minutes long, not 8-hour sagas.
Here are some more tips about judging documentaries.
Oh, hi! Here's a student who submitted a paper on the creator of the Magna Noodle, only she did something a little unorthodox. She wrote it on an actual Magna Noodle. Well, let's see how she does.
Meatloaf, you erased it. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I would do anything for History Day. But I won't do
You know, maybe she should have followed the rules for papers. Students are supposed to use 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, with text double-spaced and numbered pages. Citations should be kept in MLA or Chicago Manual style, and the paper should be between 1,500 and 2,500 words. I think it's time for a break. Welcome back! Let's take a look inside where the judges are making their decisions.
That was just absolutely dreadful.
You're supposed to be nice and give constructive criticism. You were the best entry today, sweetie. You did so good. Oh.
What our judges seem to have forgotten is that you should smile at the students, show interest, compliment without comparison, and refrain from pointing out their errors.
Well, the dimensions are correct, but where is the historical information?
That looks just like an outfit I wore in my 1988 video, Similarities Detract.
I love glitter!
Please remember that historical quality is the most important aspect of the students' entries. Also, please make sure that the projects look professional and don't be swayed by glitz or give out cute points. Our History Day coordinator had a little chat with the 3 judges, and they decided to spend some quality time reading the rulebook more thoroughly. This led them to become better judges and ask more thoughtful questions.
How did you do your research?
What sources did you use?
How did you pick this topic?
Remember, judges, first consider the entry and then interview the student to clarify any questions you have about the project. The final steps should include talking about the entries with the other judges and filling out the evaluation sheets. Provide any constructive criticism and mention any rule infractions or tips to improve the students' entries.
Alright, we had another successful year here at the state competition of National History Day. Who knows, maybe next year you'll be making a splash in Cooperstown. I'm out.